Hello and welcome to a very special How I Paint Things product review. Now, I wasn't planning on doing a couple of these so close to one another, but things arrived quite close, so I figured I'd be able to show you these as quickly as possible because these Hero Forge miniatures we're going to get into are some really cool bits of kit. Now, what is Hero Forge? These guys do a 3D printing service where what you can do is go to their website and there's a little 3D interface where you can select parts, body shapes, there's all manner of sliders and equipment and what have you, and you can mock up a 3D version of a miniature, completely custom. Then what you do, you can either request for them to make it for you, it gets sent off and printed out, or you can actually just purchase the STL file if you happen to have a 3D printer, and you can print it yourself at home using whatever gear you've got. But I don't have one. A 3D printer is a little out of my price range at the moment, so I thought it would be cool. They've sent me along a couple of options, and there's one that I wanted to show you guys straight away. Now, as far as prices go, these are all quoted in US dollars because, most people I come across tend to either know it or are familiar enough with converting off the top of their head. So here's one, and I want to show you this straight away because it's a lot, $100 or $99 with whatever on top, okay? But this is a bronze figure. And what they do is they go ahead and they print out a cast of these things, and they come in these little baggies. This is a nice touch. But they print out a cast, and then they cast it in bronze, and you get this. Now, it's almost impossible to get a proper picture of this guy. Oh, come on. He's too shiny. Let's try turning off the light here for a second. Oh, that is tragic that I can't show you this. This is so cool in person. These go away to be hand finished. Like, they are a little bit rough when they come out of a bronze mold, but these hold just an amazing amount of detail. There's even some slight wood grain in the finish on his shield here, which, like I said, such a shame I can't pick that up with this camera. Now, it does point out in the manufacturing process for these that there are a couple of areas, because it's going to be difficult for somebody to physically get in there with a brush or a cloth or something, and to polish them off, you might have some very slight rough surfaces in some areas of the model. But looking at this fella here, this is Grond. Grond is a half-orc cleric, and the detail on him is such I can make out his pointed ears and his little pointy tusky teeth. This is just smashing. I wanted to point this out just because of how cool this is. I could not get over how much detail is in this. And like I said, $100, but for the role player or the gamer or what have you who has everything, maybe get them to sign into a Hero Forge account and have a little cheeky play around, and then sneak some data. You can see what to surprise them with. These are just cracking. But there are other options. They also do a steel one, which is a lot rougher than these, just by virtue of how it's made. But the other one that I got to have a play around with is their premium plastic. Now, the premium plastic will actually come to you in black, but I've gone ahead and I've primed this one because it's a little easier to see under the light, first of all. It's not shiny. And second, there was some very, very faint stepping. Now, I want to point out, once it's actually, primed, that disappears. Just goes entirely. I can see nothing on this miniature that would suggest to me it's 3D printed. When I go ahead and actually paint this, that will disappear entirely. I think it's just going to look absolutely smashing. Now, most people I've seen who do these reviews or who look at the premium plastic stuff tend to print out, fantasy-themed figures like old Grond over here. But I thought something just to show off the range of pieces that Hero Forge has. Modern stuff, sci-fi stuff. There is like Far Eastern style armor and weaponry and what have you. So if you're into Bushido, for example, there's also those options. But this premium plastic is actually really impressive. I'm quite impressed. These ones, a single figure in this size will run you $29. And honestly, for a completely custom figure, which looks as good as this when it's primed, again, this is the sort of thing, I think it runs a fairly similar price to some other places where you can get a single figure for $30. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm just really, really impressed with these. I'm going to go ahead and slap some paint on her. Just really quickly, if I want to be really nitpicky, and I figure I will be, just to, both sides of the deal here, some of the detail, like particularly along the edges of any armor plates, can be a little bit rounded. Now, I'm guessing that's just a side effect of the manufacturing process. Maybe they acetone bathed it or something. But that's the one tiny niggle I've got. Ooh, and wait a second. If you're looking to buy these as a gift for somebody, be aware they come with Hero Forge in big letters on the side of the box. So that's, again, if I really want to be nitpicky, maybe a slightly more low-key container would be nice, or something as a gift option. I don't know. Anyway, let's paint that miniature and see what we get. Then after about an hour and a half worth of painting, this is what you'll end up with. Now, I don't want anybody using this as an example of the effects you can achieve with these Hero Forge miniatures. I just grabbed some paint and started going. I really just wanted to have some fun with her. So I've got this, I guess, bounty hunter, space cop looking thing going on. But I really just wanted to use it as an opportunity to demonstrate, for the purposes of getting something on the table that is unique. These are cool. These are so neat. Quick word of advice, though. If you have a painting style at all similar to mine, consider ordering one that doesn't have eyebrows. A little bit different to my usual that I had to paint on there, so, just be aware. But these, I gotta admit, I am really impressed. Okay, the overall quality of what arrived in front of me, how easy it was to prime and just treat it as any other plastic miniature past that point. And this is what I've got. That didn't take me a total of 2 hours, and I've got something that is mine forever. So, again, I just want to say thank you to Michelle and the rest of the team at Hero Forge for getting in touch. These guys, strong recommend from me. Okay, if you want that absolutely custom miniature, whether it's for a role-playing campaign, a leader in your army, or, like I said, Christmas is coming, so for the player who has everything, maybe have a look at these guys, okay? So, as always, feel free to drop a line in the old box below. My Facebook and Twitter are both linked there too, and you guys enjoy the rest of your day.